Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sky.Onjahnae. If you are new here, and stick around, homegirl. Now, being soft, let me just set this straight. Being soft does not make you weak. Being feminine does not make you weak. That is literally our power, okay? And when it comes to being soft, those are things like being calm, caring, loving, like you care about other people. You're a good-hearted person. And that's not to say that if you're not soft, you're not a good heart. You don't have a good heart, but sometimes people can't get past the hard exterior to see your good heart. So if that sounds like you, then keep on watching this video. Let's get into it. So obviously I'm going to start off by saying, if you've been here for a while, you know what I'm going to say, and that is to seek God. Okay, like He literally lays out the foundation on how we're supposed to love one another. He shows us what real love is through His Son, Jesus Christ. So spending more time with Him, seeking Him by, studying His Word, praying, worshiping, just giving Him that quality time He needs and deserves and He really wants from all of us. He will start to work on your heart posture. He will start to change you. You will start to develop those soft qualities that I mentioned in the beginning. The Bible says that we are to be the light and the salt of the earth, and in order to do that, we need to really understand ourselves. And when it comes to conflict, anger, aggression, forgiveness, all of these things affect our ability to be calm, which will affect our ability to be soft. So no matter what a person does, says, or how they act, we should not waver. We should remain calm, and that starts with understanding our emotions and how to control them. Because when we meet people where they are, that means we're doing exactly what the enemy wants us to do, is to get out of our character, get out of our calmness, get out of our light that we should be for this earth. And so learning how to control them will be the first step in order to becoming calm. Well, second, because first one is obviously, like I said, to seek God, but that will be the next thing you need to work on, is learning your emotions and doing some real self-reflection so you can understand how you remain calm. You'll understand your triggers and all of those things. A lot of times what holds us back from being calm and being soft and being that loving feminine woman is forgiveness. A lot of times we don't even forgive ourselves. We don't forgive what people do to us, and we hold on to these things in our heart. So then we end up projecting that onto people who have absolutely nothing to do with what we're upset about. Like, think about it. How many times have you just been upset and things just pile on and pile on and pile on, and somebody who has absolutely nothing to do with what you're going through says or does the slightest thing and you snap on them? I'm raising my hand because I've done that as well. We all have done it. We're human. It's okay. It's just knowing and recognize when you're doing that things and how to work on them for the next time someone does this and not even realizing you're going through something. So that's why learning to control your emotions and having forgiveness are so important for you to even be able to be soft, because you will no longer be harboring those emotions, and you can be the light for other people. So also, like, people remember how you make them feel. So if you're someone who, like I said, projects whatever is going on inside you onto other people, then people are going to remember that. They're going to remember you as being mean-spirited and you just having an attitude, and that's not what you want when you're trying to become a soft feminine woman. You want people to see you as, like I said, the light. You want to have that caring, nurturing, loving, like, energy about yourself. And like I said, all of these things start from within, babe. So you need to really do some self-reflection and really learn about what it is that makes you tick so that you can control those things. Maybe go to therapy, and I know therapy can be expensive and you may not be ready for therapy, but the other thing you can do is some self-reflection. I'm going to show you exactly what you can do. So get you a pen and paper. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get you a pen and paper so you can write this down, so you can do your own self-reflection at home and really learn, what these triggers are, how to control them, how to manage them. So the first thing I want you to do is think about your most recent conflict, disagreement, argument, whatever it is, and write it down, and be very detailed, because you're going to break this down into several things. We'll get into that later, but really be as detailed as possible. Explain the whole situation. Once you've done step one, next you need to read over that and really think about the things and pinpoint the things that upset you. So be very, very descriptive. So was it their tone of voice? Was it their facial expression? Was it exactly what they said? Anything that you could think of when you were in that moment that made you instantly go to that place of anger or frustration or sadness or whatever it is. Write that down. Once you have that done, I want you to read those over and think about how you felt, and like be honest with yourself, because a lot of times sadness can manifest itself as anger. So don't have too much pride, like you're the only one that's going to read this. You can be vulnerable. You need to be vulnerable with yourself and really say, how did that make you feel when that person did whatever it is you wrote down for step 2. And step 4, I want you to write down your reaction based on all the things that you wrote down for step 2. So how did that, whatever that person did, said, or whatever, how did you react to that? Write that down, and again, be very descriptive, because we're going to unpack all of this, okay? So be very descriptive and very detailed in every single step. So once you've done all 4 steps, you need to take a step back. First of all, take a step back and breathe, because probably going back to that situation, you know, made you feel all those emotions all over again, which is a good thing, because now you're in those feelings, so you can really analyze the situation. But you need to understand what these steps mean and how to understand them. So that's what I'm about to break down to you right now. So step 1, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's the situation, like it's a conflict, it's an issue that you were in, okay, obviously. And so because it's like really fresh and recent, you're able to, you know, be as detailed as possible. That's why I said go with the most recent situation, so because that's the one you're probably going to remember the most. So like I said, self-explanatory for that one. Now step 2, we wrote down step 2 because these are your triggers, okay? And so you need to look at those and remember that your triggers are no one else's problem, okay? Those are for you to know and understand how to respond to them in a healthy way. No one else is supposed to tiptoe around your triggers to make you feel good. No, you are an adult. You need to be able to like control yourself and your emotions in order, and to stay calm in certain situations so that you can be soft. Remember, the point of this video is teaching us how to be soft, and that only comes from working within, okay? And step 3, these are your emotions associated with certain triggers. So these, in my opinion, are the most important, because this is where you can really understand what your emotions are, and in order to understand them and to, you know, make changes to them and to learn how to react better, because when you're in those situations, you'll be able to feel when those emotions come on based on the triggers that you've already identified in step 2. And step 4 are ways to not react. You wrote down the way you reacted, and if it's anything like, oh, you cuss somebody out or you fought someone or anything like that, any negative way that you reacted, these are things to not do. So what you want to do with that is you want to find solutions or do the opposite of that. So example, if you're into a argument or whatever with somebody and they say something you don't like and you're quick to snap off, cuss them out and all of that, what you can do instead of being so quick to react, take a step back, you know, count to 10, take some deep breaths, say a little prayer, do what you have to do to, you know, get yourself centered so that you can go back in and say what you have to say in a calm, respectful way. I have posted I posted this on Instagram, which lays out those 3 things that I just mentioned, 3 tips to, you know, control your anger. You can definitely check that out. Follow me on Instagram at Sky.Onjahnae. So a reminder, like I said in the beginning, to be a soft, feminine woman, you need to be caring, you need to be calm, you need to be empathetic, loving, good-hearted, the light and salt of the earth. And the only way you can do those things is by working within, having some real self-reflection, seeking God so you can understand like what love and how to give love to other people, and really to understand yourself too when you seek God. And also, yeah, all of that stuff just comes from within. What Lauryn Hill say, how you go win if you ain't right within? Yes, that applies here. Like, how you feel on the inside is how you reflect on the outside. So before we end this video, I have a question for you. My question is, what is it that makes you want to be a soft, feminine woman? And I will go first. One was a pull from God. I really had a strong pull in my heart that I needed to change, and it was God. I just know it was God. And 2, I wanted my inside, like inside my heart and all that to reflect my outer appearance. I am a beautiful, gorgeous woman. I look like soft and feminine, but I was not any of the sort. I used to, you know, act like a young man. So I would love to hear from you. And thank you all so much. That's all I have for you for this video. If you liked it, leave me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Okay? Oh, and subscribe if you made it all the way to the end. Watch some more videos and subscribe. Okay? Join the family. Okay?